What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this Daily Dish, where we talk everything basketball. I'm your host, Christian Royston, joined by my co-host, Logan Shanks, and a very special guest, women's basketball player, Nyamer Diew.
Yeah.
How's everybody going?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Yep.
Amazing. Yep.
It's good.
Cy-Hawk week, so got to be excited.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start with, how was the atmosphere at the game yesterday? I know it was a pretty crazy Cy-Hawk game.
Yeah. It was the best, honestly. I have never experienced that big of a crowd at Hilton Coliseum. It was definitely electrifying, and it was honestly just the best. Like, I have no words for it. Like, literally, it was, you just had to be there. Like, I can't even explain it to somebody. Like, my mom couldn't go to the game, and I was, like, telling her, I was, like, it was epic. Like, I don't even know how to, like, put it into words. It was just so cool. They definitely showed out, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it was very loud, and I know that makes it really tough for other teams to play in there.
Yeah, for sure. After JB hit that three to end the first quarter, I was like, wow, it is loud in here. And then like mid-fourth quarter when we got up by 1 and they called a timeout and it was Juicy Wiggle, I was just like, I just had to take a second and just like appreciate like everything. Like, I literally like told everyone just like, stop what you're doing. Just look around. Like, look what Hilton Coliseum is doing. Like, the magic is legitimate. Like, anyone who says it isn't, like, they just haven't been here. Like, it was epic.
And that's kind of the first opportunity that you guys have had to experience that, because other than that, your only night game at Hilton was the Southern game, which was, I mean, almost a month ago. So
yes.
For you guys to have that, come back after, being at the tournament and whatnot, and then just a couple road games as well, I mean, is that just kind of reassuring for you guys as a team to know that your team, like your fans, are always just going to be there no matter what?
Yeah. I was telling our freshmen, I was like, guys, this is like the first time you guys will probably actually experience like Hilton Coliseum with students, just because, like you said, our last like home night game was Southern, and it was during Thanksgiving break, and students weren't here, but I don't know. I'm so appreciative. Like, I'll never take that for granted, like playing that, and like, I just personally love like every single teammate that I have, and getting to experience that with them is just like, it's so dope. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. And the Hilton Magic, it's really probably like one of the best home court advantages, I would say, at least.
Yeah.
How different is it from like being playing an away game? How different is it playing at Hilton?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty cool still, because Cyclones fan travels, like, they don't like miss out on an opportunity to watch us, and I love that. I'll never take that also for granted. But just like going other places, it's like cool to know, like, even if it's like the fans aren't there, like we could like our energy will still be created within us, because at the end of the day, like, we know like we're playing for ourselves, and like it has nothing to do with the other team. And I think like the coaches do a really good job of like putting it out there, like, this is another opportunity to play with the people that like you're surrounded by and stuff. And like he also like he loves to illustrate this, that it doesn't matter who like we're playing or whatever, they still have to guard us, they still have to play defense against us, and like if we do all the things for ourselves, like it'll fall into like place. And so like I just personally love that, because wherever we go, we might we won't have that exact Hilton magic, but we'll still have fans that are traveling, and we'll still have us together no matter where we go. It's still going to be that same group that shows up to practice every single day, those managers who put in like all that work for us, like the coaches who do all the scouting reports. So like at the end of the day, it's just like creating energy within ourselves. And like away games, yeah, it's hard, but like at the end of the day, like, hey, we're still the same people we were at practice. We are still the same people we were at in Ames, Iowa. So it's like, it's still cool. And it's just, I think like getting the freshmen and stuff to know that, it's like they know like, oh, it's just another opportunity to like be with you guys and stuff. So yeah.
With you as one of the veterans on this team, it looked like at the beginning of the game and really throughout the game, you were the one trusted with guarding Caitlyn Clark. What kind of was that experience like for you? I mean, just to be able to guard and do really well against one of the best players in like women's basketball history, really.
Yeah, no, like, shout out to my coaches for like trusting me with that, like, and my teammates. Like, it wasn't just like, I know they weren't just like sitting there like, oh, Nye's gonna guard Caitlyn. I know they like really like thought about all the possibilities of like, oh, where should we put Nye in this matchup? Where should we put Addie in a matchup? And like AJ and stuff. And like just like shout out to them for like trusting me and like instilling in that faith in me and like being like, hey, you could do it. Like we believe in you. Like your team believes in you. Hilton Magic believes in you. Like Ames Iowa believes in you to do that. So like being able to do that, like we also had like a great game plan. Like I don't think it was just like me being put on Caitlyn like was the like all in all, that's what's gonna get us to win. It was just more so like a team effort, and like we knew like with my length, like it could like it won't. I'm not saying it'll bother her every single shot, but you never know. Like it could be like 4 shots. Like she misses, it could get her like going mentally and stuff, and like that's like what we were like trying to do and stuff, and like it worked for the most part. Like I would say, it's just like at the end of the day, like it was our experience that we were lacking, and I mean. You can't just like wake up one day and just be like, oh, that experience is there. But like I enjoyed it. I for sure did not take that for granted to guard one of the best players in the country. And I had a lot of fun. I love defense personally. So I'm just like, whenever I get the chance to do that, I'm just like, yeah, like knowing I'm not going to like shut her down, just knowing like it could just like affect a shot or 2 or 3. So yeah.
Yeah, and I know before the game you said that there's like really no way to stop Caitlyn Clark. She's just kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
But it really did seem like you guys slowed her down for a good chunk of the game at least.
Yeah.
And although, yes, like the stat sheet shows that, yeah, she had a lot of points, but I mean, I feel like you guys also made her pretty inefficient, during the game as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like she did get hot in the third quarter. She scored every single one of their points. But at the end of the day, like I think what like kept us in it and stuff was the ability to like handle like keeping her assists down, because once she has like 35 points, 10 rebounds, and like 12 assists, it's like there's no stopping them. Like that means the other team is like the rest of her team is like really producing. But we were at the end of the day, we were trying to stop the team, not just Caitlyn Clark. Like that's what we were like really going for. Like we were like, if you guys are gonna beat us, it's your team that's gonna beat us. It's not gonna be Caitlyn Clark that beats us. So we just like knew like from the jump that hey. Overall, as a team, we like our odds better. We like how we play together as a team better than how like we just have like one star just dribbling all around, and then like hopefully she passes it off, and then like you got to make the shot and stuff. But it just like I feel like the pressure that some of her teammates have is like a lot, whereas like ours is like, hey, we never know who's gonna come out and be the leading scorer, and so like I just appreciate like my teammates like and they're freshmen. Like my teammates are freshmen. Like I just appreciate them like instilling each other in like faith, keeping together, like keeping that connectiveness. Like we were all in as a team, and I think that's what like kept us in, and like knowing that like, hey, we can't stop Caitlyn, but we could try to slow her down and stop the team. So yeah.
And you talk about your teammates being freshmen, 5 freshmen out there that have really played significant time. Who kind of really stepped up in that game? I know someone that we talked about before we started recording was Audie, and one quote that stands out to me afterwards was when she said, "No one thought we were going to win." So she basically just said something along the lines of, "We were the only ones that thought we were going to have a chance to win out there."
No, yeah, like I was like I was saying in like the away games, like we have to still instill it all into ourselves and stuff, and like we have to have that belief. It starts with us, and yeah, Audie is definitely somebody who steps up big in like those times, and like I love having Audie as a teammate, but also like Addie Brown, like she get the ball to her, like she's a dog, straight dog. That's all I'm gonna say. She's a dog. I will go to war with that child any day. Like I love her so much, but. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, guys. I think AJ's a sleeper. Like, Ariana Jackson, everyone says, like, oh, yeah, like, she only brings defense, and she could, like, put us in our spots. But that girl's a sniper when she gets going. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, she is a sleeper. Keep sleeping on her. Go right ahead. Like, it is what it is. But I don't know. But then, like, I honestly can't pick with just one because, like, JB rebounds like no other. Like, I was talking about it with somebody, I think it was Hannah. JB's memory is so good. She doesn't care if she missed that shot. She, like, I guess she wipes it away. So, like, her memory was technically bad, which is good for us. But she doesn't miss, she'll miss a shot and the next possession, don't care. She putting that up there, and it's probably going to go in. Like, I love that for her. Like, she rebounds. Like, she she does all the little things that not necessarily like pop up on the stat sheet sometimes, but like her length does bother a lot of people. And then Kelsey, she's a Jones. She's the hardest working kid. She's funny. She keeps us afloat sometimes, you know, when we're having like bad days and stuff. But like Kelsey, and she could get hot in any minute. Like we saw it against St. Thomas. Like she could get hot in any game, any moment. Like, and so I think with us, like with Kelsey, it's just like keeping her confidence high and stuff. Like I do appreciate like the Fab Five. Like I do, like I hope they all stay together and like know how like truly how special they are and like what they can do. And if the year 2023, 2024 women's basketball, Iowa State women's basketball goes down in history as the Fab Five takeover, I'm gonna be riding on it. I'm gonna be the first person over there like cheering them on. I'll be whatever I need to be for them because at the end of the day, like they've had my back since day one, since like, and they trusted me. They put me as captain. Like they realized like, hey, nah, like, you know, we're not saying like you got to score every bucket or you got to get every stop or whatever, but like you're our leader. Like we trust you. Like we're behind you and everything. So like that, I'm not gonna lie, is like that is like so warming and like it makes me happy to know that they like trust me and stuff. And it's like the same. I trust them no matter what. So
is it nice seeing just all the freshmen? I mean, usually when there's like a bunch of new freshmen on a team, it takes a little bit for at least some of them to get going. But with like all of them playing like significant roles, like I guess how crazy is that to see? It's almost like this team is like just as good as it has been for a while.
Yeah, I love it. I love seeing them like they're gonna turn into the Kate Martins and stuff. Like they're gonna have that experience within like 2 years. Like it could even be next year, postseason. It could be that just from having them play as true freshmen and stuff. And like I just honestly like appreciate them so much. They all bring different things to the table, and like they're at the end of the day, it like isn't about how much points you put up and everything. They are also great humans. Like I don't think they get enough credit for like actually how good they are as humans and like how much they care for each other and how much they like want the success for each and every single one of them and then also like Hannah and like all the other people that are on the court with them. So I love them, and I'm gonna forever say that I love them because they deserve it all. Like we would not be here without them. So yeah.
And you talked about they elected you as a captain. How's that kind of role been different for you, especially with Emily missing, you know, this first kind of half of the season or just not really knowing when she's going to be able to come back or whatever really the case is for her situation?
Yeah, it's dope to know that they like wanted me to be out there and like represent them and stuff, and like I just like gotta keep my faith high with them and stuff, and like knowing that like I might not be the one to get that bucket that we need or whatever, but like going to get that stop. Like, hey, it's like we play both sides of the floor. Like we don't have a stop like football does, and then like the defensive team comes on and stuff. No, it's not like that. Like we got to play both sides of the floor, and it's like knowing my role, and like even if it isn't like crazy like us and any other senior would be, it's just like supporting them and like knowing the system and letting them know like some plays and like being there for them when they need it. And like it's like not always like the physical part of basketball, and it's like so it's just like cool, like, hey guys, like we know like you guys are freshmen, and it's like it's the academics, it's the nutrition, it's like everything like that people probably don't expect. And they're not saying like, nah, we want you to be our captain on the floor. It's nah, we want you to be our captain in life. Like lead us the way to go, and like for us to be successful in like this 4-year journey. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I guess like with this many new people, what has been kind of the way that you've gotten them up to speed, you know, with you being that leader, you know, off the court as well?
A lot of it is patience. That is something I've had to grow in the last year. Like I was not always a patient person, and I've played on like superb teams, and like coming like from AAU to like playing with like Ashley Jones and stuff, and like because I've played with great people. Like I played AAU with Paige Beckers, and then I played college with Ashley Jones. So it's like I've like had some great people to have the chance with, and like even playing with Steph for 12 games, like opened my eyes to like playing with like such a solid, great big. And so I've just like taken that to like, how were they successful outside of it? Because I'm not saying I need to get drafted at number 4. No, nowhere near that. Like, you know, like I'm just saying I want the success for my teammates. to be at like the top at most, like what they could do and accomplish in life. I want that for them. And so like knowing that I could be like that person, like even with M out or anything like that, is just kind of like, it's just, I don't know. I just go back to like thinking like that is like pretty dope. Like to be able to like tell my kids like, hey guys, like I had some great teammates and stuff. Like I got to be around like some really dope people, and like my life was forever altered because of like these people. And like I just like forever, like it's always gonna be cool to like know and like experience and stuff. So yeah.
And you talk about the last season's team with Ashley and Steph, and I guess how was it being on a team, especially getting that Big 12 championship?
Yeah, for sure. It was kind of like this week, like nobody thought we were gonna do it, and it stemmed from the belief came from that locker room. It came from that group of people that we were with, and it's sad to see that they all like didn't want to stay, or like some of them didn't want to stay and stuff, and like, but like at the end of the day, it's like, hey, everything happens for a reason. Like God instills this part of my life and this season of my life like for a reason, and so like it is what it is. But like it was dope to experience the Big 12 championship. Like it was cool. It was amazing. Upsetting Texas, like wow, love it. And also like the route in which we did it, like. Playing Baylor, that is hard. I don't care what Baylor team it is. If they have Baylor in the front of their jerseys, it's going to be a rough game. They do not like the Cyclones, and I'm cool with that. Like we're going to go to war every day with those people. Like that's what it is. Like they're always going to be on the opposite side of it. Like it always is. But then like also Oklahoma, like playing, like they were good. Like I think people forget that like we were not top 2 in that conference tournament. Like we weren't like the 1-2 and stuff. But playing Oklahoma and like. I honestly personally love playing Oklahoma. I feel like we match up with them very well. It's always a fun game, always a fun atmosphere. I also think Oklahoma plays the game right. Like there are no dirty plays or anything like that. They know how to get the ball. Like it's just fun playing Oklahoma. But then also like turning around and playing Texas like 3 days in a row. Like guys, our bodies we were at 0 at some points of that game. It was rough, but just like everything that we like. Did throughout the year to like instill into those 3 games, like the nutrition we did, being in the weight room, like the conditioning we did in June, like it's like all that came back to like that 3-day stretch of playing those teams and stuff. And so like I will never take those 3 days, that weekend or whatever it was, I'll never take that for granted. And like Hilton South showed out, like just like they did, like just like Hilton does here, but Kansas City is always a fun place to play. It's going to be always home court advantage for us, no matter what. But it was cool. Like I'm glad I got to experience it with the people I got to experience it with. So. And
I like that you went to that that Oklahoma game, because I was actually there. I covered it last year, and it did seem like you especially matched up well with them, because I know there were times in the game where I was like. You would put up a 3. I'm like, oh, that's going in for sure.
That's funny. Yeah, Oklahoma is just fun. I don't know why. I don't know. There's something about Oklahoma. I just always play well against Oklahoma. It's just fun. I honestly don't have any other words for it. Oklahoma is just a game that I'm always looking forward to in the year. It's just everyone shows out. Like it's just fun, honestly. So yeah.
For down there, does it feel like once you get that first win? And you can just keep it rolling. Is that kind of what worked for you guys? Is once you get that first win, the quarterfinals or whatever it is, you can just kind of keep it rolling?
Yeah, for sure. Always build upon like wins. Like it's just part of the game. I feel like once it gets you feeling good, like a few more shots going in. Like it's obviously not hard to cheer for teammates when they're all making 3s, but like I don't know, but we shot the ball really well in the Big 12 tournament. Like. So I don't know what it is. Like it's just you keep building upon that win, keep building upon those shots and stuff, and like turning it around and like keep going. Like always look forward, never look back at the win. Like never look back. Just keep looking at forward in the what am I saying? In the windshield. Just keep looking forward because you don't need to look back at that rear view mirror. There's stuff in the past that we don't need to like go back through and stuff, but like keep building upon that win is what we're trying to do, and it obviously worked. So
yeah, you talk about the wins kind of coming one after another. Is that kind of like when threes are falling as well.
Yeah.
They're kind of contagious as well.
I personally think it's contagious. Like when somebody hits a three, it's definitely contagious. I don't know if it's because of that energy that it brings after it, but I don't know. Everyone's kind of like, hey, I want to get a little piece of it. So I don't know. The shots just look better. They feel better. I don't know. It's just what it is. I think it's just falls one in after another, and it's just so fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like knowing that like we are a good 3-point shooting team too, and this year has not shown that, but there's always to build upon it. But in the past years, Iowa State has always been good at shooting threes, so it's super fun to like cheer on, like especially when it's like a 3-pointer versus or 2 or something, and it's like everyone gets a chance to do it. So yeah, it's fun.
You talk about like everybody getting a chance. I know before you said, Adi got her first 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and did you see how loud it was after that? Like, I loved it. It's just, especially like certain people. I don't know. There's certain people when they hit a 3, I think it's just way more fun. It's just like Audie and Mary Kate, and like it's just, I love it. It's so fun. I love cheering them on and them getting a chance to do it and stuff. But yeah.
That's one thing kind of Christian and I have talked about the last couple of days that makes women's basketball so enjoyable to watch is with men's games, you're going to see a lot of going into the paint, trying to get fouls, whatnot. But with threes from women's basketball, you see a lot more threes, and it just gets the crowd going even more.
Yeah.
I mean, can you just talk about what it feels for you to kind of, if the first one goes down for you or as a team, really what that kind of does?
Yeah, no, if the first shot goes in, it's dangerous. It's so dangerous because usually that just gets that feeling, especially since it's early. It's like, oh, made that one, I could make them all, But I don't know what it is with threes in women's basketball. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because a lot of people don't think we could do it, but obviously we've proven that wrong. But it's electrifying. It's super fun. I don't know, maybe it's also because it's worth more. I don't know, but I don't know. It also takes like so much practice, and like people say, like, the taller you are, it's kind of harder to hit the threes and stuff, and like the trajectory and all that math stuff. And but I don't know, but it's super fun. Like it just it takes a lot of like work to put into like get to that 3 and having it be consistent and stuff, and it's just fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of going off of like back to your kind of role on the team this year. I know you mentioned Emily a little bit, but how different is it, with you're kind of like the only veteran on the team now since she's out?
Yeah. Having Em out is definitely difficult. There's times where I get very frustrated, and people probably could see it. I try not to like let everyone know I get frustrated, but like I'm human. I get frustrated and stuff, and it's also a totally different game when you have a veteran point guard versus an inexperienced point guard. And I love AJ to death, but like at the end of the day, like that experience is like something like we'll need and stuff, and she'll get it as we go on, for sure, no doubt about it. But like for instance, like games like yesterday, like it would have been great to have Emily at the point guard and like running certain plays and stuff. And having another thing with Em being on the court is like it's another person they have to like. She creates attention towards herself just because of how great she is. So it's just opens up the floor for a lot of people, and like AJ not like she's learning to be in that position, learning to be a point guard in this system. She's like learning, but not like she's not that open yet to like being like, oh, can I take the shot? Or it's like, oh, do I pass it? Or like, what do I do in this like scenario and stuff? And it's like to have a experienced point guard in those scenarios would be like it'd help a lot to just know that. But also like if Em was playing, some freshmen wouldn't have that chance sometimes because Em would take up 35 minutes of the game, which is totally cool, and totally right for her. She's a great player. But like some of the freshmen wouldn't get the experience that they're getting now. So it's honestly, I say it's a win-lose situation with certain things, but like a win-win for like AJ because she gets to grow in that position when like in possibly like next year if Em doesn't take her 5th year or what she's going to do and stuff. But like if Em doesn't take her 5th year, AJ had that whole year under her belt or like whole non-conference under her belt to get it going and stuff, and like knowing how to run that spot and stuff like that. And even also like our backup point guard Hannah and Kelsey, like they get to like learn in that position too and stuff. And so like I think it's an all around good. It helps us, but like it would benefit us a lot to have Emily on the floor, yeah, for sure. But you got to work with what you have. Like we can't just sit there and be like, oh, wish Emily was in, or we'd be losing every game. So I think you just take it one game at a time, keep looking forward, like say your prayers when you go to bed for Em and stuff, and like doing all she can to get back. And she knows she's missed, but she still has that leadership role off the court. She calls like every single play for us. You guys should see her at practice when she gets to be in. Like she is still there, and she is still doing all she can, and she's still being a great teammate, and she's still bringing the Emily Ryan that everyone knows. It's just not shown as much because she's not on the court. So.
Gotcha. And moving off of kind of Iowa State, moving to kind of growing up and your history really with basketball, what was kind of the influence to move into just sticking with basketball? Was it in high school or before that, or who kind of really influenced you there?
I would say my high school coach. Well, okay. So when I was in 8th grade, in Minnesota, you could play varsity when you're in middle school. So I played varsity basketball in 8th grade. And it was my coach from Marshall, Minnesota. He was definitely like, hey, like move up, play with the big girls. And I was like, no, I don't think I could do that. Like, it's not me. But definitely him. He definitely instilled like the confidence in me that jump-started everything, I'd say. But then there were so many coaches down the line that also helped. Like my AAU coach, she was amazing. She helped me like get recruited and stuff. And she like just like helped me with like the consistency and playing that and like knowing like what is going to be needed at the next level, and she helped me prepare for sure. But then my high school coach in Sioux City, he's always like had that faith in me. Like he's whatever happens, he has my back, and like sometimes you just need somebody in your corner at all times, and that's him. So there's been a lot of people who've definitely influenced me, but I'd say like all around my mom. She she is a refugee. She came to America with nothing, like literally nothing. I kid you not, guys. She didn't have the language. She didn't have the culture, anything like that. And so she was definitely the person. She's definitely the person that every single time every time I want to give up or something, it's always like, hey, she didn't give up, when she had nothing. Like, why would I give up when I have it all right now? Like, as like a 21-year-old, like college student, what else do I need? Like, I have the free education. We get paid for NIL. Like, there's like, I have a car, I have a roof over my head, I get food. Like we have the Sparks Performance Center where we get free food and stuff. It's like, I have everything. What else do I need? Why am I giving up? Like, she's definitely my why and what I go back to in every single day of my life. And like, if God was so faithful towards her when she had nothing, like, he's obviously going to be faithful towards me when I have everything, like, that's all his glory and stuff. So just like continue to be faithful and stuff. And like, my mom has definitely, for sure, has taught me how to be faithful even when you have nothing. So, yeah.
Were there like times, when you were getting your career going that you maybe like had to like take step backs or were kind of like, should I keep going?
Yeah, for sure. Well, even like I also played volleyball and ran track, and I thought about volleyball for the longest. I was like, volleyball's going to take me far, like, that's just like, that's what it was. I was very good at it. I have the body for it. Like, it was just perfect. Like, that's how it was. But after freshman year of high school, I tore my ACL freshman year of high school, and I have to like kind of reevaluate my life and stuff. And like jumping wasn't like always like, just jumping wasn't always like my favorite thing to do, and it kind of hurt a little more. So I was kind of like, I guess now is like the time, like, do I pick volleyball or basketball? And I just thought, hey, basketball will take me farther. It'll take me through school for free. And I don't know, I just had more fun when I was playing basketball sometimes. So I was just kind of like, yeah, why not? And I was playing AAU, and it was like, I was getting recruited. So I was kind of like, I thought about playing dual, but I was like, what's the point if I'm already getting like paid? Like if I would already get like my college paid for and stuff. So there was kind of a little bit of debate and stuff in that. But there was also times where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not fun. It's not like, I'm not having fun with it anymore and stuff. And that's when I kind of had to take a step back and realize, like, hey, what am I really, like, chasing here? Like, am I chasing that, like, that draft pick or whatever? And it's like, and at the end of the day, like, if I get drafted, cool. If I don't, cool. Like, I still have the rest of my life. There's still a chance to play. If I want to keep playing, there's chances to play overseas. And I personally love traveling, so like that would like be like low key I'd bank on playing overseas anyways. But there's lots of things in life. Like I'm 21. I have all my life to work. Like I don't have to sit here and be like, I want to get that job when I'm 22. No, like I'm gonna take it 1 year at a time. Like even like 1 day at a time usually, but like 1 year at a time. Like I know what I'm doing this year, and that's playing Iowa State women's basketball, and so I'm gonna do it the Iowa State way, and I'm gonna have fun while doing it. So I think just like a lot of people get wrapped up in like, oh my gosh, my future, like I'm not going to get drafted, I'm not going to like play overseas, I don't know what I'm going to do next year and stuff like that. But I honestly just urge people to just like calm down, like know what you're doing for this year. Like, yeah, you could prepare for next year and stuff, but don't let that consume everything you do. And like just enjoy it. Like yesterday, I think 100 million times I was like, guys, have fun. There is a sold out crowd. And I think honestly, when we were having fun, we were playing our best game. Like that, I personally believe like it's like the times where it's like, oh, now we gotta like, really get our stuff together. It's kind of like everyone's like, ooh, and it's like, no, guys, have fun. Like it's the game you've been playing since you were, I don't know, something you've been playing since you were 6. So like it hasn't changed. It's just we're in a different place. We're older and stuff. So yeah, like just taking a step back and like realizing like your why. I feel like is a big thing. So.
You talk about taking a step back. That kind of sounds very veteran-esque, I guess if that sounds right. Yeah. But kind of what was the biggest adjustment when you came in as an 18-year-old freshman at Butler into NCAA basketball to where you're at now?
Definitely it was kind of like, when I was a freshman, it was definitely follow the back. It was like whatever they were doing, I'm doing. Like, yeah, I got to do it, because I'm a little freshman, don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, don't know like where I'm going or anything like that. Like, don't know how the college ropes like work. But as I've gone now, it's like changing the cultures, like knowing culture is like super important, but like there's not much culture we have to change here at Iowa State because it's the Iowa State way. That's our culture, no matter what, everyone knows. But it's just like keeping that culture the same everywhere, even like in the closed doors, like even in that locker room, even in those conversations we have, like keeping it the same way, like just as you would if it was a sold out crowd in front of at Hilton Coliseum, just like keeping it the same in the locker room. Like, we like one big thing we're like stressing this year is keeping the main thing, and that's basketball. Like it's nothing else. It's none of the trash talk you got to do. It's like let your game speak for itself. Like that's the biggest thing. And we've gone to show that when we keep the main thing, we're good. And so it's like taking that step back and like, like having that culture for the freshmen and stuff, and if I keep the main thing, the freshmen definitely will too. It's just like I've turned in from like that follower to more of like a leader, and like letting them know that like, hey, this is how we do it here. Like we don't front, we don't like let things go. Like just because we're saying that all on like social media and stuff doesn't mean we're like, we turn around and do something different. Like no, we are keeping the main thing at all times, behind all closed doors. So yeah.
Gotcha. And then when you were kind of deciding to come to Iowa State, what was that process like? And then what was the main thing that was your driving force to come here?
So when I got into the transfer portal, it's kind of the same as when I'm getting recruited in high school. Your phone blows up, all the coaches are like, oh, like, what are you looking for? Da-da-da. And it's, I think the biggest thing that's different is like, what weren't you satisfied with at the place you were at? And mine was my mental health, like the people I was surrounded by. I needed a new environment, and that was like the biggest thing. I think like now everyone's just kind of like transported. It's like, oh, I'm not playing, but like it's like, hey, you have to realize you got to work for it. Like, and that wasn't the thing. Like mine wasn't the thing. I was playing at Butler. That was not the thing. Mine was my environment was just not healthy for me to be in, like, and for my mental health. And that is like something I've learned in college. I took that for granted in high school, like just like kind of like letting things slide and stuff. But like mental health, like is a real big thing in like college that people I feel like have taken for granted or like kind of let it slide and stuff. But yeah, mine was my environment and like my mental health and how I was at Butler. And when I came to Iowa State, the reason I chose it, my biggest thing is like I think my mental health needed to be better because of my faith. Like I'm really big in my faith, like. And Iowa State has Salt Company. Like, I'm going to shout out Salt Company until the day I die. That has provided me with, like, a community and, like, a place for me to, like, grow my relationship with God and, like, find myself within being a human. And, like, that is, like, forever what I, like, will, where I stem from. Like, I'm a child of God at first. I'm not a basketball player. I'm not, like, a straight A student. I'm not this and I'm not that. Like, I am a child of God. Like, Jesus died on the cross for me. Like, that's what I get to live for every single day. And so, like, Iowa State gave me the opportunity to grow within that. And so that was honestly my biggest reasoning. They just happened to be good at basketball. We just happened to have a great coaching staff. We just happened to have a great university. It just happens to be close to home. So like it just kind of I think that was like really like I think that is like shows like God's faithfulness. Like I like needed a new change, and it just happened. Everything just happened to fall into place. Like I just had to trust them, and let that go where it needed to go. And Iowa State was the place for me, and it works perfectly. And they had my major, which like it all ended up being perfect. Like I didn't have to do much, I just had to commit. So yeah, so that was my biggest like thing that I was going through in the transfer portal, and trying to figure out where like the environment was really like right for me and where I could grow as a person. So.
And when you're bringing up the faith, mental health, all those aspects to Coach Fennelly, what is he kind of saying to you to influence you to come to Iowa State, or was he kind of providing you?
He was providing me with, like, Coach Fenn is very much like a stats person. He's like, I'm going to lay it all out. Here it is. This is what we got here. Like, we have, like, and I knew Salt Company was, like, legit here at Iowa State, So, like, he's like, here's all the faith stuff that you needed. Here's all the stuff you need for basketball. Like, here's where you're going to fit in. And he was like, and from the jump, he was like, I'm not telling you to come here and average 20 points or even you're going to play 35 minutes. I'm not saying that. And like, that is like really big for me to know. Cause like, I'm not trying to come in here with high expectations. I'm trying to come in here with like realistic expectations. Like he was like, you're going to be playing behind Ashley Jones. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like go right ahead. Like it's Ashley Jones. Like you ain't got to tell me twice. And so like, just knowing like my role has like changed in every single year since then. Like, playing behind Ashley, and then last year I played the 3 and the 4 and like the 5, and like it was just like kind of being thrown everywhere, and just like like I feel like that says a lot about my like I could face the adversity and still like come out on the other side better, and not a lot of people could do that. They would transfer in a heartbeat, like, oh, I got to play the 5 this year, yeah, I'm out of here. Like no, it ain't what it is. But hey, I played the 5 and I won a Big 12 championship, and not a lot of people can say that. So it's like you got to do what you got to do, and I just want to win, honestly. Like, and so like, I got to do what you got to do to win, like, if that means playing the 4 in this game behind Ashley Jones and playing 10 minutes, that's fine. If that means playing the 3 and, I like playing, the 3 in like certain games and like having to just, hit the 3 and like, working around everyone, that's fine too. And if it's playing the 5 and like, guarding the other team's 6'6" post player who low-key is soft and shouldn't be, but then I'll do that too. Like it's not like it's whatever I gotta do to win, because I want to win and I want my teammates' success to be shown out there, because they really are like doing everything they could behind closed doors to like shine in the light. So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, and that's what Coach Fenn was like telling me. He's like, this is what I need from you if you come here, and I was like, okay, like we've established that, like it's cool, and still, yeah.
And you've brought up quite a bit of your teammates who have also been really good players, but, going into maybe like growing up or even like now, is there anybody that you kind of model your game after, or who's kind of influenced the way you play?
No, I don't model my game after anyone. I like watching basketball. I like watching people play, I like watching KD. I like watching Curry. Like, I think it's just crazy. But yeah, and I just like watching good basketball. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and model my game after this person and like do what you gotta do. But like, I'm gonna play the basketball I've known, and that's doing what my strengths are, and not trying to like mimic other people. And when I go to the gym, I'm gonna work on certain things, but I'm not gonna sit there and work on Curry's shot. I'm not gonna sit there and work on KD's pull-up game and stuff. And it's not those things. I'm going to work on what I need to work on, and I know my role changes every year. So it's like, what do I need to work on this year for us to be successful? And yeah, and like, it's not bad to model your game after other people. No, just not bad at all. It's just like, like bring a little bit of you to it. Like try to make it the best you can make it, because at the end of the day, like, you're not going to wake up and be Curry. Like, you're not going to wake up and be Kevin Durant. And I know it takes a lot of work to do that and stuff, but everyone has a role, and just embrace it. And honestly, like, I think that's what makes the good teams great, is when those role players decide to like pick up their role and like be like, okay, this is why I got to go get those 15 rebounds. I'm gonna go get those 15 rebounds. Like, that's what it is. Got to play those. I got to defend. I'm going to defend. So yeah.
And you've alluded to some of the stuff that you do outside of basketball, and that's kind of one thing that we've done with our guests is look at or try and get the person out of just the student athlete. So what kind of do you do outside of basketball and just kind of your life as a student athlete as well?
This is going to sound weird, but I love serial killers. So I'm a psych criminal justice double major. And I love to study behavior. Like I like to like study up on like serial killers and stuff. And so I like to watch my crime shows. I love geniuses. Like literally, like there's a show right now. I'm watching it. It's called Scorpion. It's on Paramount Plus. Everyone should watch it. It's like a team of geniuses who love to like just like solve crime. They have like a handler, a government handler. He works for Homeland Security, and he like kind of gives them like, you know, like cases, and they go out and do it, and they're geniuses, and like literally it's so dope. I love it so much. But like all my classes are all like stemmed around like criminal justice and like the psychopathology of all of them and stuff, and it's so fun. Like I love it. I don't know why. It's just something that, but yeah, I love like studying like crazy people, I guess. I don't know what it is. I love psychology, and I love criminal justice, and I love criminology and studying their behavior. So that's kind of a little bit about me outside of my shows.
Yeah, I know that Netflix releases a bunch of stuff like all the time. Are you like one that's, when a new thing drops, you're ready to just binge it?
Not necessarily, but sometimes. Like there's like certain things that like I like watching like Criminal Minds. I don't know if you guys seen like Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. Like I like those type of stuff, but like I'm like also like the newer stuff, like the newer side of Criminal Minds. I don't know if you guys seen like the new season, but and like Scorpion and Class of '09, which is on Hulu. I guess it's just because it's just whatever I'm on. Me and my roommate are watching Scandal right now. I don't know, like it just depends on what streaming thing I'm on. Like, I'm not big on Netflix, just because you have to log in every month now or something. Netflix needs to get that fixed. But
they need to fix a lot.
Yeah, they do fix a lot. So, which is why I'm not on Netflix. I'm usually on like Hulu or Paramount Plus or HBO Max or something like that. So it just depends on the streaming. But yeah.
What's kind of like your goal with the double major? Are we going to see Nyamer Diew in a show like Scorpion or?
No, because I'm not taking that away to the actors. No, I wanna be a behavioral analysis, preferably for the FBI. That's like my dream job, or like Interpol or something. But studying criminals, and more so like the child obsessed criminals, like because it's like, you know, if we can't save our children, then like what's the point, honestly? So like I want to like help out, and like a little way is kind of like profiling them and like figuring out like what they all like similarities between them all, and like categorizing them and like figuring out like what psychopathologies they all kind of like share and stuff. So like those are the main things that I want to do, and like a lot of that is like sitting there and like studying them and like going through like different jails and like actually like researching them and talking to them and doing all that stuff. But yeah, so that's what my end goal is. I want to get my master's in criminal psych, or like forensic psych. So yeah.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
A lot more interesting than I know a lot of majors out there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say that all the time. Yeah, but it's interesting because like I like when I say like I just like to like sit there and like research them and like watch shows and stuff about that. Like I don't have like 17, like I'm not doing this for 17 hours. Like people probably like, whoa, that's all she does. Like no, that's not what I'm doing for 17 hours. I get like 2 hours max at home, like to like watch something. So it's like in that 2 hours max, I gotta eat, shower, like do my night routine stuff. So it's like only like watching one episode, like realistically. But like I do have like other things like my classes. Like when we do get to like pick, like right now I'm writing a 10-page paper on Jeffrey Dahmer and his psychopathology, and so it's like I enjoy it so much, and it's like those little things, but like also like it's like not the only thing I do. It's just like probably what my brain is like. I don't know what the dopamine gets hyped up on or something. I don't know. So, but there's other times like, you know, I like to hang out with my friends, and I like to go I'm a big nature person. I like to be outside, and it sucks that I'm a nature person in Iowa, but you know, Iowa's not my end goal. So it's cool. Like, yeah, there's lots more things that I like to do, and like I like to just hang out, honestly. So, yeah.
We have some more fun questions down here, and I know Christian usually likes to ask this question, but I get the liberty, I guess, this episode. But if you have a Mount Rushmore of artists, music-wise,
yes,
who's kind of the 4 people up there?
Okay, so SZA is number 1 and forever
Like
number
that.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. I'm gonna say Rod Wave for number 2, Mac Miller. Number 4 is gonna have to, this is hard. I'm gonna have to think on this one a little bit. I don't want to put another guy on there. Okay, it's hard to take Rod off. Who would I take off, Rod or Mac? Oh my gosh,
Almost
this is too hard.
disrespectful to take off Mac. Rest in peace.
I know, but
Rod
this is
Wave's
my-
a little new, too.
I
He's
love
kinda
Rod.
fresh.
Though, yeah,
He's good.
I've gone to Rod concerts, so like you
Oh,
can't
okay.
like take Rod off.
Okay, that's fair.
But SZA's my number 1 forever. Will be like I literally almost flew across the country to overnight to go to her concert. Anyways, that's a story for another day. But
Yeah, when her album dropped, I was like,
yeah, gotta
me
wait
sit
another
with
10
this.
years for that. But
yeah.
4, I'm debating between Frank Ocean
Love.
and Kalani.
Oh, come on.
My car. I named my car Kalani, so I can listen to Kalani in the. My car's a Kona, so listen to Kalani in the Kona. Anyways, I'm gonna say I love Frank Ocean. I'm gonna say Frank. Frank. That
Valid
was.
pick.
Was that kind of your top 5 for Spotify this year?
Yeah, kind of a little bit. Frank wasn't super. Like Frank was 6, I think. Rod. It was SZA, Rod. For sure. Those 2 are always going to be top 2. 3 was Fora. I don't know if you guys know Fora. Not a lot of people do. It's okay. 4 was Summer, and 5 was Black, but like it's like the
yeah.
6th. Yeah. So, yeah, those are my top 5, and then Frank. But
Yeah, Frank was my number 1. Always will be.
I love Frank.
I guess, do you it seems like you have a specific music taste, but
R&B.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like listen to music like pregame? Is there kind of something that gets you going, gets you in the mood to play?
This, I'm going to say this right now. I'm not that big of a fan of Chris Brown as a person. But I listen to, is it Go Crazy? I'm really bad with song titles, guys. Oh, my God.
Sounds right.
It sounds, Go Crazy. I think it's Go Crazy. I listen to him, that song by him, always. It's just a fun song.
With Young Thug?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And then I listen to Star Song. I don't know why, but I've been obsessed with this song for the last 2 years. And my, game day playlist. I don't know why. But then I kind of just, I don't listen to, the rap or all that. So I just, kind of go back to, Mac. I just listen to chill music, because I know what's going to get me. I'm already usually focused and, the music's just going, honestly. Or sometimes that's usually, on the bus. When we get to the locker room, we usually have our speaker hooked up and someone's already on it. So one song as a team we always listen to is Dreams and Nightmares. That's Emily Ryan's song, and we listen to it every single time. And everyone raps everything. So, yeah, that's one song we always listen to. But, yeah, those are a few.
So I guess you talked about somebody else being on the speaker. Who always gets aux? Is there somebody that
Audie.
always...
Audie is,
Really?
yeah, Audie, guys, she could sing too. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh, really?
Audie could sing. I'm being serious right now. She could sing. She's, actually, it's crazy. I don't know. But Audie's on aux, Sean, Jalen. Yeah, I think those. Addie could be on aux. Addie's pretty good on aux too. Those are the main ones, but Audie is usually probably always on aux. That's probably usually it is. It just kind of depends. If Audie's not there yet, Sean will jump on. JB usually only jumps on for Dreams and Nightmare. That's the song we listen to that one when we come back into the locker room and there's 30-ish minutes left. That's the one we listen to then. But yeah, so.
Do they kind of bring different vibes when they're on aux? What does Audie usually play?
No, Audie's really good at throwing she's good at throwing it back, but not too back. It's I don't know how to explain it. She throws it back, but it's the music that everyone knows, and gets hyped too. I feel like, I don't know, it's not the 2016 vibe, but the 2016 vibe is cool. Like summer 2016 was so good.
It was.
But it's not those songs, but like it's kind of like that vibe, I'd say. She does play a lot of rap and stuff, but she'll sometimes play like songs that you could actually like sing to, and it's not, you don't understand the words and stuff. But,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Moving off the music, you're obviously a veteran in not only Iowa State, but just in college basketball alone. In your experience from visiting locker rooms, who kind of has the worst visiting locker room that
Oklahoma State.
Really?
That was
Guys.
quick. That was very quick.
Oklahoma State is so old. Everything's orange, and it's like, what? Yeah, no. Oklahoma State, hands down. That's what I think.
But who is the best?
I like TCU. There's this kind of like, it's a little smaller, but it makes me like feel kind of comfy, homey towards everyone. I'm trying to like go through. I'm only doing Big 12s, by the way.
That would make sense. You'd
Yeah.
go to a lot of them.
I think that's TCU is pretty good. Texas got a new locker room, but I don't remember it. Yeah. I don't know. Low-key, I'd be shutting out Texas games because I hate playing at Texas, but I love being in Austin. It's weird. There's so much to do. Yeah. I'm excited to go to the new ones, though. So I'm going to say TCU. I don't know why I always remember theirs, but I like it. Yeah.
Okay. The fact that it sticks out, it must be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess, you talked about the Big 12 teams. What has been your favorite game that you've played in? I know that might be tough to look back over a lot of them, but is there one that kind of sticks out to you?
There's two that stick out to me. And everyone talks about this game. The K-State game where Maggie McGraw banked the three.
Yeah.
And Mo hit a three before that. That was so fun. That game was so fun. I will say though, the first half of that game was not fun. Halftime was not fun. But, it turned it around and Maggie hit it, so it was cool. And at Baylor last year, when Lexi hit that, sidestep, backstep, I don't know, three to tie it to go into overtime, that was a fun game. I did foul out, but it was still so fun. So fun.
Yeah. Wasn't that a game was that the one that you put up a lot of points, or was that the other Baylor game?
That was the Baylor game at home.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but at Baylor was so fun. They had like a pretty big crowd, and it was just fun upsetting them at their place. So
I feel like they're always a physical. Say physical team.
Yes, yeah. It's always physical, but like if you touch them, they're like, "Oh my gosh, no, that's a foul," and I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
This is like the most physical game ever. Like, what are you talking about?" But yeah,
That's kind of how the whole Big 12 is really in general. I feel
Yeah.
like Big 12 refs are a little different than
no,
any
I
others.
agree because we do play a little bit more, and like for instance, like when we played out at Portland for Thanksgiving last year, like we're not known to be physical, right? And all of a sudden we had like all these like foul like body calls and stuff, and I'm like, we are not a physical team against North Carolina, and then like we lost, but like it still was. I was still surprised because I was like, we are not a physical team. Like, why are we getting all these calls, like body calls? Like this doesn't make sense. But maybe it's just because Big 12's refs let us play a little bit more. That might be it. But yeah.
And earlier you talked a lot about the fans, and I always see on social media you're definitely one of the people that reaches out to the fans most. What's kind of been the most wholesome fan experience that you've had in your last 3 years here?
I'm gonna go back to like the very first home game at Hilton, and like, yeah, the fans show up and show out and stuff, but they also stay after the game, guys. One time, let me say this: the first time we came back out, there were all the kids there, and I was like, why are you guys still here? Like the game's done, and they're all like, oh, we wanted to meet you guys and stuff, and that is forever wholesome. I love that. But then also when we sign posters one time, or we do it twice in Big 12, but we sign posters after the game, and it takes like 7 hours. And I am so exhausted. Okay, realistically, it's probably like an hour and a half, but I am so tired. But like, I love it. Like there was no place else I'd rather be than there signing posters for those kids. And like, just like seeing how excited they are for it and just like their love for it and their love for us. It's honestly like another why for me, and it's like that. But then I also have like I call her my super fan. Her name's Quinn. Her sister's name is Kinley, and she's like every game she finds me, and it's just so fun. I love it so much. She's like the cutest kid ever. For her birthday, we went to Build-A-Bear and we hung out for a little bit, and it was literally like she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is not real," and I was like, it was just so fun. But yeah, like the little kids are honestly like the best part of Hilton Coliseum. It's like, yeah.
And to go kind of on the opposite side of like the Wholesome, has there been any like maybe like weird interactions you've had with fans? Like maybe they see you in public and
I wouldn't say they're weird, but like they're just like, I'm just trying to eat my dinner or like
Gotcha.
I'm trying to eat with my family, or like I'm just trying to get my food to go because like I know, but like they're not really weird interactions. It's just sometimes it's like I want to be normal, I guess. I don't know the word, but like I just don't need to be known, just because that's just how it is. But I don't know. It's also just cool just to like do that. I wouldn't, yeah. I personally wouldn't say any of them are weird, but it's cool, and I try to like at least take time out of my day to like say like talk to them and stuff, because it's like that might be the only experience they ever get to know me through, and so yeah, but.
And
Gotcha.
earlier you talked about, how much you really enjoyed playing volleyball. Would that be the sport? If you didn't pick basketball, are there any other sports besides basketball and volleyball that you would have enjoyed playing, maybe at the collegiate level?
I think track would be fun. I think if it wasn't basketball and it wasn't volleyball, I'd do track. Just my cousin's a high jumper at Minnesota, and she talks about how much like she loves how independent it is, and like like she doesn't have to depend on anyone else's performance for her like out for her results to be how she wants them and stuff, and like how much work you put in really like showcase on like that in like a meet or something. So I just like love experience like living through the collegiate experience of track. So, yeah.
Gotcha. And then I guess like which events would you lean towards?
I definitely I would not run. I shouldn't even say track. I'd be a field eventer. High jump, triple jump, and long jump. I ran the 400 in high school, and it was fine. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, I hate the 400," but I mean, I have long legs, so it was not that bad. But I would definitely do high jump, long jump, triple jump. Yeah.
Have you talked to Audie at all about her experience at track and field? Because I covered this year's state meet, and she killed it. I mean,
yeah,
to no
did.
surprise, I'm sure.
Yeah. I have not talked to her about her track endeavors. But also AJ too. AJ was
that's
a
right.
pretty good runner too. But I haven't talked to them about that actually just haven't been brought up. I mean, I guess we have a play. It's like our 3-second play where Audie or Addie, whoever's in usually, they're launching it the size, like the full length of the court. That was like probably the only time we ever brought up Audie's track stuff. But we're like, Audie, we know you could throw, so come on, throw this the length of the court. So yeah, that's the only other time. So.
Gotcha. And kind of like a random question, but if you could have one superpower, what would you have?
Oh, this is hard.
Yep.
Superpower.
A lot of good ones to pick from.
There are a lot of good ones to pick. Oh, I was gonna say. Sorry.
It's kind of a weird one to just kind of pull out on the spot.
Yeah. I'd probably say read minds. The ability to read minds. That would make like psychology. It wouldn't. I feel like if we did that though, psychology wouldn't be a thing, because then you just be like, hey, tell me what. Like, I'd just be able to like read it or whatever. But I don't know. It'd make. I mean, if I only had it, then I'd be a great psychologist. Not gonna lie. But yeah, probably read minds. Yeah.
And these last two questions we have here is just more on the team. Who's the funniest on the team and who's the most intense? I feel like I might know the most intense one, but just kind of from your perspective.
Actually, the Daily asked this question on media day. Who was the funniest? And everyone said me. So, thank you guys. I appreciate
Looks
it.
like that question's answered.
Yeah.
I personally would say who's the funniest. Elisa, guys, she's a sleeper. I feel like Elisa is so funny. That girl's the funniest girl ever. And the most intense, I would definitely say Emily Ryan. Yeah.
It's kind of who I was leaning towards.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I'm like going through everyone's locker right now. I'd say Emily. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say
it's
it's
not
not
bad.
a bad thing actually. That just Em knows what she's doing at all times. She's right there. Everything's right with her. So yeah.
During games, is she kind of like a player coach, really? Like,
Yes.
does she kind of get that intensity during games this
yeah.
season?
She's always like, this is the first, like, we're always like, somebody's always dancing or something, and she's like, no, like, don't forget to force this person left, force this person right. This person's a shooter. This is the first play. Like, she's like always like that, and it is good to have somebody like that. I like that. So always gets back on track, which is good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And you talked about Audie being pretty good at singing. Is there anybody else on the team that might have like a hidden talent? Or
Emily could juggle. Guys, I didn't know this.
Oh, really?
I didn't know this. Emily could juggle. I think it's not hidden talent, but Jalen Bristol likes snakes. She's weird. When we went to Vegas, she got a whole snake wrapped around. Like, she has a picture.
Oh.
Like, Jalen Bristol, this is your shout out, and snakes. So she wants a snake. Yeah, that's Jalen. I guess I could go around and do fun facts with everyone, I guess. Like, Hannah's obsessed with Taylor Swift, and we love that for her.
Person of the year.
Yeah. We actually talked about that yesterday, I think, during, was it before the game or halftime? Something like that. I don't know. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Didn't pick Jalen as a snake person. Interesting.
Me neither. And I was her roommate, and I was like, if you bring that back, we're going to have problems, just to let you know.
Not a big snake person yourself?
No. I was hiking one time in Arizona, and I almost stepped on a snake, and I screamed so loud, ran all the way back to the car. I'm done hiking. We're good.
Don't blame you.
Yeah.
I'd be in the same boat.
Yeah.
I think that's all the questions we had.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely look forward to the rest of the season. If it anywhere near as exciting as the Cyhawk game, then it should be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
So without further ado, I guess that's all we have for you today. Join us next week as we go more into basketball. See you.